those of you who've been watching the past couple of weeks, you've been noticing that I've been playing a lot of Sacrifice, and this is a version, I think this got 9th or 10th place, just barely outside of the top 8. But this is one that I've been wanting to try, because I like the shell of Rakdos a lot, but this version has a lot more staying power with like Gilded Goose and Trail of Crumbs and Corvold, so I still think I prefer Rakdos, but I want to give this deck a fair shake before I just assume that Rakdos is better, you know? I want to see how this goes. It's kind of where we're at, so we're going to run this through a league. Run that through a league. Played the Colossus deck recently? No, but I plan on playing it this week, either tomorrow or Wednesday. No free elk. Necromentia in the sideboard. We could maybe cut, like... Maybe cut the 4th Bone Crusher Giant. 4 Bone Crushers is a lot, right? And just don't reveal elk when we bring in Necromentia. I don't know. We'll think about that when I come back. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, though. 4 Fable, 0 Ob. I'm leaning more towards Fable. When I played the version of Sacrifice that I played in the RCQ this weekend, I had 3 Fable, 1 Ob. And then 4 Fable, 1 Ob. And then I played 2 more Obs in the sideboard, because I think you still want the Obs in certain matchups. But alright, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick, chat. I'm going to hit you with some ads, and then when we come back, we're going to play some Jund Sacrifice. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. And have some ads. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned. In the 5-0 dump? Also, this hand's cracked. I did not see that. That sounds based. Do you have a link? Fanatic of Mogus. Was it like a recent 5-0 dump? Because I haven't seen it. Although, to be fair, I haven't been paying it. I haven't looked that much, so. Took my trail. Hope they have a removal spell for my goose. Or they're playing with Greasefang, which probably doesn't have a removal spell for my goose. Listen to the entire new Bushless Way album. At least 15 times. It's a really good album. Ashiok kind of hates it, but Ashiok's also cringe, so it's fine. Ooh, one-lander. You may proceed. Ashiok is cringe. Alright, so they are playing Greasefang. Okay. I drew a push, though, which is nice. I gotta look at this list now. Is it the first one? No. You're gonna make me look for it? Mogus. More like bogus. I know Pleacha already said that, but... Mogus. Fanatic of Mogus. What do you guys think about this deck, chat? Chandra, BTE, Emberhauler, Fanatic of Mogus, Glorybringer, Chain Ruler, Torbrand, Wily Goblin. And then we're doing like Surge plus Synthesizer. I mean, it's not terrible. I know Spike loves Mono Red Devotion. Alright, so let's go Fable Pass, and then still have push up with the Goose. We can, you know, hopefully Corvold next turn. I just want to know why these win and I can't get a 5-0 by Shit Brew. Because you're not playing base decks. You play anti-base decks. But then swapping Elk for 4th Giant on the board feels like 8th card being available. You know, in Necromancy. Yeah, I thought about that. We definitely discussed that a little bit. Okay, so actually don't need this land, right? Well, no. I want to keep it because I want to be able to go attack, play Corvold, and hold up push. So I'm just going to not use this. Done. I'm going to go to attacks. I'm going to attack with token. Okay, double block's fine. I'm just going to let this go. We get to Millibunch. We play Corvold post-combat. I don't know if it matters which one of these I sacrifice. Guess it's better to hold the Goose in case they have push. Go sack Swamp, draw a card, pass turn. Or are people trying Abzan Grease again? Because it did very well in the challenge this past weekend. I think they split the finals. Della Merc, thank you for the 18. Doom Hype's in the chat, please and thank you. Lots of subs today. Thank you guys for all the support. Much love. Doom Hype in the chat. Maybe some Doom love too. Mono Red deck is like 60 ticks. Yeah, it's super cheap. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I don't hate the idea of it. It's just like, some of these numbers feel weird, right? Like 2 Synthesizer, 3 Surge, I like Smashing. Smashing's cool as a land. These numbers look fine. This card can't be good, right? It's like, why are we not playing Eidolon? How is this better than Eidolon? That can't be right. I'd probably play Eidolon. Maybe it's like a budget thing, but tried Esper, Abzan, and Mardu. Esper by far is my favorite. I think Esper has better sideboard cards, but I think Abzan is a much more consistent deck, if that makes sense. Because I think the Abzan cards just look at more cards. I don't know if I want Necromentia in this matchup. I think Claim is pretty bad. Claim is not good against Greasefang. Because if you're claiming a Greasefang, you probably already lost. This card's kind of slow. I want the push. Probably just want the go blanks. Yeah, I think I'm really not interested in playing Necromentia or even Thoughtseize for that matter. I could go like a trail for a Thoughtseize. It's probably fine. Right, Abzan is really good having on turn 3, especially if you have a supplier, right? You can go like, this thing has no green mana. Well, I have Dispute, which makes green. I'll keep it. A little risky, but yeah, you can have like turn 1 supplier, turn 2. The cool thing about the Abzan cards too is they look at more cards, right? Like if you're thinking about the Esper version, both Mending and Indulgence only look at 2 cards, whereas the Abzan version has Satyr Wayfinder and Grizzly Salvage, which both look at 4 and 5 cards respectively. So I'm finding that Go Blank is sticky. Hot take, maybe not that hot of a take. People board this card in way too fucking much. I think it's good in some matchups, but like I wouldn't board this card against like Blue Eye Control, for example. I don't think, or like the blue-red non-Arclight Phoenix deck. Like people just board this card in way too much. I think it's not a very hot take. Flaccid take has been called. Calls out my name. You hate this format. Come on, Max. You say that every time. Just play a couple more matches. It'll be fine. What's up, Forrest? We are junding. Can't catch a break until you catch a break the next league. It'll be fine, trust me. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to main phase and play the Goose there. I'm an idiot, huh? Don't answer that. I mean, I guess I go blank them. Sure. They don't have a Park-Helion in the graveyard, so... But I still think it's fine. Beat your pile of trash. What's your pile of trash? Oh, Cauldron. It's like, why do I get priority? Snapcat. Against non-Phoenix, it sucks. Against Blue-Red, it kind of like is a free 2 from, but that's it. People bring it in versus Red-Black and top. Oh, yeah, it's horrible against Red-Black, too. Do not bring that card against Rakdos. That is the last card in my sideboard I would ever bring in against Rakdos mid-range. Maybe not the actual last, but it's really bad against them. Sand's not really going anywhere, huh? It's not really going anywhere. Need to find a Corbold. I would like to hold up black mana this turn, so I will do that. Oh, I should have played this as a green. And then I could have held up green and black and red. Yeah. Are there any Boggles List and Pioneer? Wait till later in the stream and you might find out. We get a song request. Flyleaf. Song requests. Alright, crew. Am I killing this chariot? I probably have to, right? Just gonna get trounced by it if I don't. Let's put the song request in the queue real quick. Alright, in the queue for us. That's a good song. Alright, let's go. Sec food. Feel the fire burn. Alright, please give me a Corbold. Corbold, please. More like Dong requests. You don't like Flyleaf? Flyleaf is good. Just getting back into managing the COVID and your YouTube videos have been super helpful. Glad I found the catch stream. Well, thank you for the kind words, dudes. I appreciate it. 2 damage. All right, fine. Yeah, I'm on the hook for 2. I don't really have a lot of mana to utilize that with, but I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's one of the better draws in my deck. No! I hate Magic Online. I really, really hate Magic Online sometimes. Oh my god. Why? I hate this program. It's so dumb. Damn it. Grr. Is there a reason not click on the spell first? No, I don't know. I usually do that, but yeah, on the bright side, +3 life, +3 kick W. This isn't that bad, right? Thick 6. It's not that bad. We'll be fine. To be fair, I couldn't kill the Grease Fang anyways, so this was gonna happen regardless. God, this song's a throwback. Ooh. It sure would be nice if I had a food in play. I think I have to just YOLO the Corvold and hope to rip Oven. I mean, I can't not play Corvold this turn. Like, that's gonna happen. I think I sack the Swamp. So, the question is... I think I go high upside and target the Grease Fang in hopes that I rip the Oven, right? Because the problem is, if I target this and draw Oven, I can't kill Grease Fang. I don't... I'm just gonna go high upside and target the Grease Fang. Go. Word. I thought about drawing out the push. I could have held up Blooming Marsh. Would have been a lot better. Should have. Because I could draw push or goose. Beat Black-Red, lost to a far inferior version of Blue-White. Feels bad, man. Okay, Chariot's fine. Beatable. Copium. Song Jump Scare Me when Rock Band was new. It's a really good song. Shout out to Rock Band, by the way. I missed that game. I know we talk about that a lot, but... It really was. Rock Band was so good. Are they not attacking? No attacks? Huh? Okay. Are they dead? That is a good question. So I think what I'm going to do is make a food, go to attack, sack a land. I guess I don't need to make a food first. I can just go to attacks, float a mana. Right? I mean, I might as well go to attacks first, right? Because I'm just going to sack a land. I guess I could sack a food, but I kind of want the food in play to just have the cat, right? You know, it's like a cat. Oh, right, because I can just go make a food, sack... Yeah, that's way better, right? Sack cat, then make a food to get the cat back. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just sack cat. And then dome them for 1. I'm just going to try and kill them. That should probably kill them, right? So we go... Make a food. Sack here. Dome you. That comes back. Wait. I could also respawn, make a food, do it again. 13. That's lethal, right? I think. So, food off goose. Sack food. 8. 12, go to 4. Sack. 2. Sack. Yeah, that's lethal. Okay, that's exactly lethal, actually, I think, right? I think that's exactly lethal. Could push my cat, too. I mean, there's no reason to, right? Like, this is just lethal, I think. I think it's Xerxes. Corvold is really good. Alright, so that comes back. I think I'm actually... Oh, I think I have 1 more, actually. Yeah, because they go to 3. Yeah, this is more than enough. To show you... See, I fucked up, and it didn't matter. Just how we drew it up, right? Just how we drew it up. Oh, no, this is Xerxes. Yeah, this is Xerxes. Yeah, there we go. I did it. It was intentional the whole time. It was purely intentional the entire time. But sand is fine. Keep that. You could maybe trim a salvage. Get on cat pack list. Wishclaw and Geist Wave is the truth. Enjoying the stream. Push me to FNM. Oh, awesome. The classic Geist. The classic cat pact. Blooming Marsh. You return. It was good to meet you, bud. It was good to meet you. It's got to be Phil Collins. Phil Collins is a classic. What is this? What is Zayator's Proving Ground? I didn't sign up for this. Is this Niv? It's probably Niv, right? How do we do a donation deck for Thursday? All you do, Lancer, there should be, if you do exclamation point dono, I think also donate works, there should be a link for a donation link. Just submit the donation deck through that link, and then pretty much it. Donation, I think, did I put... I didn't update it. It's actually 25. I didn't update the... My bad, I gotta update the command, but it's $25. Submit the donation through that link, and then head to the Discord, drop a link to the deck list in the Discord page, and be good from there. So I kind of want to go dispute, sack food, pay for trail this turn, but it might be better to just play the trail first. Am I gonna get? Oh man, am I gonna get transmogrified in the Titan of Industry? I guess dispute plays around that, right? Because I could hit push. All right, let's just go land go. I think this is fine. I want to try and play around them going like end of turn token untap transmogrify. Oh, okay. Well, I guess they're just gonna play a Bone Crusher. Just like maybe also fine. Then I'll just steal it. Yeah, I just won't even cast the dispute. Okay, I'm definitely stealing that thing. Definitely stealing that thing. I think the transmog decks play Kahira. So I think some of them do. I don't know if all of them do, but I agree with you. Some of them probably do. So they're just like black-red mid-range with green cards. Jund mid-range, huh? Sack this homie. Draw 2 cards. Excuse me. I guess I'm going to play the other trail here. I mean, if they're playing just some sort of fair deck, I don't know how they ever beat double trail. Good luck with that. If they're playing a fair deck. What's up, Soraya? How you doing, buddy? Got their Phoenix with Trespasser? Oh, nice. That's always a good feeling. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they're just some sort of fair deck, some fair mid-range deck, but we'll see. We haven't seen a ton out of their deck yet, so. Made another Phoenix, well. Just get it when you attack, right? Speaking of Alex Ben, I'm going to play you guys a Trivium song. Because now I just want to hear this song. Banger alert, by the way. Absolute banger alert. Alright. Chariot, 2 cats, huh? Chariot does put a lot of pressure on me, huh? If I do a donation deck, would you play it this Thursday or next, or is it scheduled? I want to watch the stream you play it. Most likely next week, because this week is full, so it would probably be next week. But again, we can discuss that in the Discord, scheduling and all that stuff. I don't know what to do this turn. I could go dispute, sack food, pay for 2 trails, claim a token. They'll probably crew in response. Also, claiming a token doesn't do a lot because they have the other token plus Fable to crew the Chariot next turn. Could go dispute, pay. It's still 3 mana left over. I could dispute and not pay, and try to draw Corvolt, because I'd have 5 mana left over. Thoughts on this deck versus Raxac and the current top decks? I don't know. I haven't actually played this Jund version yet, so kind of want to get a feel for it. I like Rakdos a lot, but all right, maybe we're just okay with taking 1 Chariot hit. Let's just go. I'm just gonna go dispute, sack food, pay for both trails. I think I can also find push because I'll be able to do treasure plus push. Take cat. I need a land. Take that. That's the push that I wanted. Okay. Interesting. I just went Stomping Ground Goose and just try to go absolutely berserk next turn. Dude, oh my god. I could even go claim this, play Devil, copy Devil. Yeah. I'm just going to play Goose here. I'm going to keep all my treasures in play too. Next turn is going to be Chef's Kiss. This deck needs white pathways. How many white sources was in the version that I was playing? I feel like the mana was fine. I didn't really have any mana problems when I was playing the Absent deck. Mana base felt fine. Maybe I'm just lucky, but... What happened to Mono Green? I mean, Mono Green's still a deck. Mono Green is definitely still a deck. Blood Chief's Thirst. The Transmogrified decks, I think those decks got pushed out a lot because of Rakdos Sacrifice. And, like, it's nearly impossible to try and play a strategy that revolves around transmogrifying a 1/1. Like, you just can't do that kind of shit. So, yeah, Mono Green's everywhere, still everywhere in paper, for sure. I know, Bobby, I know. I've gotten into some degenerate KGG Mayhem Devil turns. with Rakdos. They might just be dead. They honestly might just be dead. So, step 1, steal this. I feel like I can come pretty close to killing them. If not, I can kill every single creature they have in play. Okay, let's go play land. Go red, black, this. The Devil. Copy the Devil. Alright, how much damage do we have? So, we go treasure, treasure, that's 4. That's 4. Familiar is 5. Opponent said please no. Oh, I can even go 1, 2, dispute. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? I'm counting 14 right now. And it's actually 15 because if I spend if I spend 2 triggers to kill the cat token and then I get shoved with the devil, that's +1. So I'm counting 15 right now. Oh yeah, the devil going out EOT makes 17, so I think I'm 1 point short right now. Hitting the notepad. Okay, well, I'm gonna start here because this is gonna happen regardless. I'm gonna go sacrifice this. I'm just gonna start by killing their cat token and playing, like, this is going to happen regardless, because killing this makes me deal more damage with the devil. And then I'm going to go dispute, sacrifice, food. I'm not going to pay, though. I'm going to pay. Sack the Kami? Why'd you want me to sack the Kami? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I don't want to let them attack with this. Oh, whatever. I can just kill it. It's fine. If I don't have lethal, I can just kill it. So we go attack for 3. Food and play with cat is also +2 damage. Yeah, but I have to sack the 2 treasures. Oh, because I have an extra food. Right. Okay. So we go black. Okay, is this lethal? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 damage, right? Cat entering the battlefield is 5. Right, so that's 5. Play oven. Oven tap sack cat is 7. Sack food to cat trigger is 9. Sack second food is 11. Plus the cat is 12. My one short. Oh no, plus the devil dying. Yeah, so this is lethal. This is lethal. Yeah, it's lethal. We're good. Made green, not black. I have the oven, it's fine. But yeah, thank you. Don't want to mess that up. Did I miss a raid? I might have missed a raid. I'm trying to do a lot of math right now. I'm sorry. I got lots of math going on. Okay, so that happens. Sec food. Dude, Fable plus Devil is some messed up stuff. Fable plus Devil is completely messed up. Also, it wasn't even my Fables, so. Oh, man. That was great. What's up, Kurt Bros? Alright. Building Chef EDH is what Kenneth... Building Chef EDH, would Kenneth be too far off theme? Is there a different 5-color commander I would consider? One of the best cyber cards to beat Sack. I need to learn how to beat this deck. Honestly, there's not really a lot, because, like, the Graveyard Hate just doesn't do that much. It's really only Cauldron Familiar. The best card, in my experience, the one that I have the hardest time beating, is Redain. But other than Redain, it's like, I don't really know if there's that many other cards that I'm like, wow, holy shit, I can't beat this card, you know? Yeah, Hidetsugu's good. Hidetsugu is good. Cleans up, yeah, it is pretty good. Cleans up the ovens, cleans up the familiars, excels the graveyard. That one's pretty good. Kalidas is good, but, like, it's a 4-mana creature that dies to Fatal Push. So, yes, it's good, but, like, it's really easy to kill. If you had Go Blank in your deck, I would not bring it in against Rakdos Sacrifice. I think Go Blank is, like, actively bad against Rakdos. So they're playing a mid-range deck. Do I want Bone Crusher Giants? I definitely don't want the Graveyard Hate. This shit sucks. I don't want this. I don't think I want Botsies. But, like, this stuff might be okay. That's funny. We were talking about that earlier, Go Diamonds. I said more people boarding Go Blank way more often than they should. So that's actually like, I think that's a pretty good take. Sacrifice or mid range better? I think sacrifice is better, but I might actually. I bought all the cards to play mid range. I might actually play mid range at FNM this week just to like try it out because I still haven't played that deck, even though I shit on it all the time. What are we cutting in this matchup? I don't understand why Bone Crusher Giant is in our sideboard. The more I think about it, because like even in a matchup like this, it might be good, but I don't really want to cut anything. All my cards are so good in this matchup. I might just run it back, to be honest with you. Maybe this for Kalidas, but go like Trim. I don't even know, man. Trim Acclaim, maybe? I guess. Try this. You keep telling me that, Max, but I don't know, man. I did not really have many mana problems last league. Again, I might be lucky, but I thought the mana base was fine. Get this. This hand's really unexciting, but I think I have to keep it. This. Too many black-green sources, not enough white. How many white sources was in the deck? I thought it was fine. Look at the deck list again. I honestly thought the mana base was fine. We got 4, 5, 9. 9 is pretty low, but like, I don't know. Blood Tithe Harvester. Let's play this one first. 9 is low. I mean, it is low. But, like, the problem with black-white pathways, it's really hard to, like, justify playing a black-white pathway on turn 2 for a white source because you have 8 black-green 2-drops. And, like, if you ever have a pathway on turn 2 and you're missing a white source, you just can't play it as a white source anyway, so what's the point? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And we're kind of getting trounced here. I mean, I guess I can play Mayhem Devil to, like, try and trade. I mean, it's probably just going to die, but it's a better use of my mana, so I guess it's fine. If I had this on turn 1, this game looks a lot different, but... What are your thoughts on the Greasefang list? I thought it was pretty good. We went 4-1. Deck felt pretty good. It's very consistent, which is what I like about it. Just all 4 of, super clean. Can I sack Harvester to target itself? In what way? Boarded out a claim, drew both the other claims anyways. Oh, you mean this thing? I guess you could. I should probably do that. Yeah, probably makes sense. Probably have to kill it this turn. And then just play Goose. Make food. Play this, pass. Try to play Corbold next turn. Can maybe sack a food if I have to gain 3 life. They have, like, land, fire up one of their creature lands. I don't love doing that, but... Green-white pathway, not the black-white, since they increase your green and white. I don't think you need to increase your green sources, though. But I do agree. Maybe you're a little bit low on white sources. I just told you not to bring this card in! It's funny because, like, this card is usually pretty bad against Sacrifice. This is, like, the only situation where it's ever good. Because this specific version has 5 drops in it. It's like, alright, fine. You got me. Got me good. Deadly Dispute. Okay. Kind of want to do it this way because I can find Fatal Push. Okay. Push. Mayhem Devil not the best against Graveyard Trespasser. Guess I'll play this. Go to 1, make a food. I know, right? When you talk shit about Go Blank, that's when it crushes you. Classic Twitch moment. Streamer talks shit about a card. Streamer gets destroyed by said card. They drew a tap land. Ooh. Yeah, I can go to 1. I can go to 1, it's fine. Oh no, I can't, I'm just dead. Alright, you win. Game 3. Surely I can go to 1, he says. Surely I was gonna lose that game anyways, it didn't matter. There's 2 lands on top. I was dead anyways, chat. Who cares? I was dead anyways. I don't remember if I got Delamerk's resub, but I think I did. Yeah, I think I got Delamerk's resub. Another banger of a song. Oh, did they change my Mana Traders code again? Dude, the Mana Traders, I shit you not, changes my code like every single month. And I emailed them about it, and they said that that's normal. Okay, I'm going to tell you their exact response. I don't know if this is like how you guys feel about this. I'm curious on your opinion on this. I'm gonna read you their response, okay? Because I thought this was so weird. Check this, all right? What's up, Felber? All right, where is it? I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I emailed them. Where the fuck is it? Nope, that's not it. New coupon code. Where is it? Brother. Oh, they already changed. They changed my coupon code again. Sick. Oh my god, dude. You're kidding me. Yeah, so that code that's in chat is no longer good. Anyways, sick. It's really annoying. Where the hell is it? Here it is. So they said, we're happy to clarify, coupon codes are automatically generated and renewed frequently to reward members of engaged communities through active content creation. Renewing the coupon codes also helps prevent subscribers that are not a part of those communities from benefiting from the discount without consuming the content, which would impact the metrics and analytics that are essential to keep the content creator program running smoothly. I don't understand why that justifies them changing my code every 2 weeks, it feels like. It just seems so weird to me. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's like I have to constantly make sure I'm using the right code. Well, the sub count just tanked. Holy shit. Sheesh. Dropping before our very own eyes. I just noticed that, like, sheesh. All those gifted subs going away. We'll get back up there. It's fine. We'll hit 400 again. Anytime. Someone gifted 60 exactly a month ago. It might have been one of those big days, because I know 4 Dogs was more recent than a month ago, but it was probably one of those days where, like, not one person gifted 60, but over the course of an entire stream, 60 were gifted. You know? Something like that. I sure wish I had a companion. Sure wish I had a companion right about now. Makes sense to me. I Google for promos often. Yeah, like, I understand it. It's just, it's really annoying from my perspective. It's like I have to constantly make sure that I'm always using the right code. I should main phase this. It's worse if they play Kalidas. Yeah, let's just go tap land pass. And if they play Kalidas, then this. Exile 3 cards with Gen Charm. They hit 3 lands, Keck W, sure. What card am I playing so that I can't have a comp? So, it's not a main deck card. I could sideboard Giganta, because there's nothing in the main deck that is preventing me from doing that. It's just the sideboard Necromenches, which... maybe it's just a situation where you play Giganta main deck, and then when you boarded Necromentia, you just don't reveal it. That's unfortunate. Okay. Something at least. This deck is hot. What is it? Oh, the mono red deck? Oh, no. Pictures taken moments before disaster. Oh, no, no, no. Alright, play this thing. Play this thing. I feel like the matchup you want Necro against Giganta is too slow. Yeah, probably. Yeah. So it might just be like kind of a free roll to not play Giganta. Good luck for the good luck. Take it easy, Bleach out. Thanks for stopping by as always. Much love, buddy. Hope you have a good one. Yeah. Only there was a chain that was not being whirled around here. I think we are not in a good position this game. Thing is, they know about double push, so they're just not going to fire this up. Yeah, that's fine. Unless they maybe have a second chariot, but no, if they had second chariot, they would just go crew, force me to push, then play second chariot post-combat. So they definitely don't have second chariot in hand. They also took 9 when they played the Greasefang and got back a chariot because Frost and Upland Storm ran. Jeez. That's gross. Oh, man. Greasefang, trigger. 2 Angels, trigger. Take 9. It's the old 9 ball. Alright, we're deep in the tank here. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Cool with that. I feel like we kind of have to draw Corvold. Trail's good too. We could draw Trail. Trail, sack food, pay, trigger, shoot this, sack this, shoot this, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Yes, we are playing against Jund mid-range. So they don't have a second chariot, but they're crewing anyways, which I'm cool with that. I guess I'm just going to dome them for one. Alright, proceed. So pushing here is good if I draw Trail, pay. I guess I could still cast the push, even if I draw Trail. I'm just going to use my mana. It's probably not going to be that relevant, but it's fine. Ooh. Unironically drew the Corvold, too. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave up Blooming Marsh, because that casts Push and Goose. It's a hell of a draw step. I did say that's the card I needed to draw. I did draw it. Well, if they're sacking Blood, I'm just going to kill a token. Because I'm going to sack a permanent to the Corvold. So, might as well kill a token. I'll sacrifice this. Ping the token. Draw a card. True Oven, too. Jeez. Now we are vibing. What makes you think Black Red Sack is better than Black Red Mid-Range? Big time looker here from the YouTube. What's up, Neat Cat? I just think that, well, first of all, I think the Black Red Mid-Range deck is just, like, way too clunky. When your cards line up, like, really well against your opponent's draws, the Black Red deck looks awesome, but there's a lot of draws that have, like, you know, you draw, like, a Thoughtseize, a Dreadbore. I don't know. It just feels like the Black Red deck is just too clunked in certain spots of the curve. I know the joke is that it has too many 3s, but I just think it has like too many 2s, too many 3s, and when you look at the Rakdos sack deck, it's just like, it's so lean from the perspective of just from the curve, you know what I mean? It was. So that's a live sub count, so like whenever there's a bunch of gifted subs that wear off, then that'll update. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're not quite dead. Pretty close, though. So I'll attack with this. I'll just sack this. Dome piece ya. You were the current that carried. That should kill them, right? Yeah, they go to 3. Yeah, that should kill them. Play cat. They go to 2. Sack cat. Oh, no, I don't get the cat. Oh, no, but I can sack food. Yeah, I can sack food. So sack cat, get the food, and then shoot them with the food. Even got a trail, too, for good measure, just in case. Upstairs. Great, yeah. Well, and also, like, they had, not only did they have Thoughtseize, but they also had Go Blank, which I think is another card that people tend to bring in against Sacrifice decks, and it's not very good. I definitely don't like the Citadel version. If I was going to play a non-Rakdos Sacrifice deck, I would play this version over Citadel for sure. I think the Citadel version is not very good. It also has more Flood Insurance. I guess Trail, kinda? Yeah, I guess Trail's like decent-ish Flood Insurance, so. But you're a Black Sack deck for an SQ did really well. Playing mid-range biggest handle turn this weekend. Nervous about the clunkiness of deck. Yeah, that's my biggest issue with Rakdos mid-range, but I think it's a fine deck. I don't think it's a bad deck. It's just like, I don't know, when it comes to my playstyle, I'm not as big of a fan of it. So, black, green, red. Doesn't really matter how I sequence them. I'm playing one of each anyways, so. I was going to say this version might be a little bit better against mono green, but at the same time probably not, because they have Cavalier to block Corvold, and this version's a lot slower, so. You could run some number of spell lands in this deck. They're all kind of bad though, right? Like, which ones would you even want to play? I guess the black one's not terrible, because you can get back a Goose or something, but it's kind of medium. The red one, I feel like in order for the red one to do anything, you have to have a lot of mana. And if you have that much mana, you're probably just doing stuff with Trail anyways. I guess if you don't have a Trail, but the thing you have to be a little bit cognizant of with that specifically is if you're cutting lands for spell lands, you can't hit those off trail. So you have to be a little bit weary of, like, do I have enough? You got to make sure you have enough lands in your deck to make sure you can hit your land drops with trail. So I guess that's just something to keep in mind. I don't know how often it would come up, but something to think about. That is definitely not what I wanted to draw. That is the last card in my deck that I wanted to draw there. Yeah, Flood Insurance. I gotcha. Okay. Well, let's play this one. Hope nothing bad happens to us. I think the Greasefang deck's insane. My opponent Phoenix Drew, runner, removal at 2 life. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen. That's magic. I think the Greasefang deck is very good, I agree. It just feels like it's one of the... It feels like it has the best proactive game plan, almost, in the entire format. And also, it's just the most consistent at doing what it does on turn 3. It is, the trade-off is that it's worse against hate, but... Whoa, they're playing Goose? A little sussy. I don't know if I like Goose in this deck. Ooh. Well... I can do some fancy stuff by stealing their Goose, right? I can go... Steal Goose, tap Goose, sack food, pay for trail, dispute, sack the Goose. No, I lost to Rossum in top 4. Alright, let's do that. Let's go claim this. This is gonna be a gross-ass turn. And I'm gonna kill both their elves, too. This is gonna be a disgusting turn. Alright, let's go add a green. Kill an elf. Trigger the trail. I will put a, I guess, Cauldron Familiar in my hand. And then we'll go dispute, sack the Goose, kill the elf, play swamp, play cat, attack for 3. Pretty good turn. Pretty good turn, you guys. Not a bad turn. Claim is the best 1-mana spell in Pioneer. It's disgusting. So they drew Karn? Drew Karn. I'm just debating if I want to sack the treasure in response to dome them. They're going to plus the Karn anyways, right? Yeah, I think I should. Yeah, I should plus it. Is this deck slower than Red-Black? The Jund version? Like the Jund Sacrifice deck? Yes, it is. For sure. It's definitely slower. Ooh, minus. I guess they just want to guarantee their... Oh, right, because they don't have a land for Nissa. Okay. That's fine. I'm cool with that. So now we kill Karn. It's a good draw step, too. Kill Karn, attack you. I got 5 on it. Necromancer! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. If you got gifted a sub from Necromancer, be sure to thank him in chat. And if you didn't, dodged, please and thank you. Inching ever closer to that 400 subscriber mark. Thank you for the gifted subs. Really appreciate the support, buddy. Alright, what am I doing this turn? I could go trail, dispute, sack food, pay for one of the trails. Honestly, yeah, because that gives me looks at Oven, and I really want to hit Oven right now. So let's go trail, dispute, sack food, ping you, pay for one of the trails. Not the best, but that's really fucking good, because they're going to play Nissa next turn. Holy shit, that's really good. That should probably kill them. For those I missed, I'm a Stormtrooper turn trading. Well, thank you for the gift of subs, Necromancer. I appreciate the support, buddy. Thank you. Doom Love in the chat. Cavalier. Can't steal that one. You just play the Nissa forehead. Why not sack the cat? Oh, I wanted to get a trail trigger. That's why I wanted to sack. I wanted to sack the food so I could get a trail trigger, because I really wanted to play an Oven this turn. Off of this treasure. It's more damage. And if I sack the cat, I don't get a trail trigger. Claim is secretly one of the best cards in this deck. It's not secretly. It is the best card in this deck. Claim is cracked. I missed a question from, somebody had said something. Where'd it go? Leo says, don't I find this version a bit messier to play than the regular red-black one? Kind of, but I've been really, really impressed with Corvold specifically. Corvold has been an absolute house. This is a bit dicey. I have 2 cards in hand. One's a Nissa. Yeah, Trail's good too. So I wonder if I want to start with claim the elf, tap the elf for mana, swamp, sack the elf to dispute, ping them, go from there. I don't really want to play this third trail. I'd rather just use my mana to play Fable, I think. The other line is sack treasure, ping elf, play trail, play dispute, sack food, but then I can't pay for all three trails anyways, so I think I'm just going to do this. Start here, and then see what's up. Oh. 12? I still don't have lethal, right? Is it about a claim line next turn? I'm trying to kill them next turn. I don't know if I'm going to get a next turn. Or excuse me, I'm trying to kill them this turn. Because I don't know if I'm going to get a turn next turn. Now, granted, I don't think I can kill them. So I guess I'm just going to go Stomping Ground, untapped, red-black, this, play Devil. Question is, do I play Fable this turn? I think I do, because I want to try and find an oven, and I want to be able to discard these, so I think I'm just going to dome them for 4, play Fable. Yeah, I think I like that. This might be a little too aggressive, but I think it's fine. They go to 8, play Fable. Your turn. Swing and I can kill the Cav. Yeah, I don't want to kill the Cav, though. They get back Karn. I mean, I guess if I kill the Cav and they get back Karn, they don't have enough mana to do anything, so it's probably fine. Yeah, I guess now if their last card's Storm, I'm in a bad spot. Because we know they have Nissa, but... That's an Eldritch Evolution and Junsack. Nah, too green heavy, I think. This deck's like just trying to do a light green splash, I think, so not a big fan of it. 9 mana. Last card has to be Storm, right? Alright, please whiff, 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 please whiff. Oh, I could have left up the 2... Fuck, I could have left up the 2 treasures to kill the Nykthos. I shouldn't have played Fable, I think. Yeah, because I knew they had Nissa. I guess if I do that, they can just... Yeah, fuck. I think I'm going to lose now. Oh, no. I think I'm going to lose. Yeah, I shouldn't have played the Fable. That was bad. I fucked this game up. I mean, I still might have lost, but... I mean, if they break off of this storm... They didn't hit another storm, right? And they only have 1 storm, so... Hypothetically, if they break off this one, then... Yeah, they just miss on Karn. Miss, 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 miss. Miss, 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 miss. If I could have killed Nykthos after as a creature, it would have done anything here. Well, they would have also just stormed before doing that, right? Ooh, no Karn. Okay. They get a draw step. Oh, and they get looks with Oath, too. Shite. That kills us, right? Ah! Yeah, we are dead. Damn it. Yeah, I punted this game. I should have won that game. I punted. That was just the freest game of all time. I just threw. Is this a Necromancer matchup? I feel like it might be. I think it is. Bring in Thoughtseize. Push. I think Fable is way too slow. I think Corvold's also really slow. Trail's slow. Do you think Trail is worse than Fable? It might be. They're both, like, painfully slow, but I feel like Fable might have higher upside, copying Devil. Like, I think Fable's more likely to kill them than Trail is. Trail's just, like, this super dirtily grindy card that I just don't even want to go anywhere near. I don't really like Go Blank that much against them. I think I'm going to play 3 Fables in the play. I turn 2 Fable in the play is still really good. Nah, I don't like Go Blank. I don't like Go Blank. Well... really want to keep this hand. Okay, this is acceptable, I guess. It's not great, but... Back the second red source, I guess? Ah! Can't believe I threw that game. That game was so free, too. All I had to do was just not play a card. I would have won that game so easily. Live and you learn. Live and you learn, I guess. I mean, you just kind of have to play it, right? You just name Storm, and their deck has such a hard time winning if you name Storm. Right on time. Red. You think I should play Banned Humans this weekend? Probably. I mean, I think Banned Humans is better than Banned Coco, the Coco deck you've been playing. Why not need Nykthos? Well, if they already have one in play, you don't want to do that, but depends on if they have one in play or not. Yeah, you can name Karn too. I'm just mad that I threw game one. Such a free game. Well, I guess I can push to keep them off of Storm the Festival, so I guess I'll do that. I could have went Steel Goose. I could have went, maybe that was better. Steel Goose, Make a Food, Sack. No, that's so much worse. Alright, well, they hit a land drop, so they can Storm here. They have to sack the food, though, which lets me kill the elf. Not horrible. It's at least something. Yeah, Boros Heroic is good, too. That Boros Heroic crushes this deck. So if you have a lot of Devotion, I would recommend playing either Boros Heroic or Spirits. Because both those decks have, like, an unlosable mono-green matchup. Got a modern RCQ and Saturday, can't choose between 4-color variant or Grixis Shadow. Any thoughts to make of the content? I mean, I'm going to tell you to play anything but 4-color because I hate that deck, but if you're trying to win, you should probably just play 4-color. Like, it's the best deck by a country mile. It's not remotely close. So I can steal this and kill Nissa. Something. It's 17. I don't think we can win this game, but I don't know, we'll try. Some rough draws. And I obviously threw game one. I mean, if I draw Corvold, I can definitely still win this game, but it basically has to be Corvold. Which, I did cut one, because I do think it is pretty slow in this matchup, but, you know, in spots like this, it's like the only card that gets you out of it. Why didn't they attack with this? 2 mana. Wolf, Willow, Haven. Angels is decent. Angels is good against all the red-based strategies. Jarvis! Thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome everybody from Jarvis's stream. We're playing some Jund Sacrifice and Pioneer. If you're new to the stream, be sure to smash that follow button. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hope you had a good stream, buddy. Angels is good versus anything trying to win with combat damage. Yeah, exactly. They just gain, like, an obscene amount of life. I'm trying to think of, like, a realistic way that we get out of this. If I don't draw Corvold, I'm just going to scoop. I was debating conceding now, while my opponent's taking forever to resolve this Karn, but, like, hypothetically, if I draw Corvold, I can maybe win. Corvold into push for this, but I hate this song. I hate that song. I think you cannot scale monogreen as monogreen as well struggles against blue-white control, though. Yeah. Angel's trying to beat blue-white control. Yikes. Yeah, that seems like an uphill battle. Just pick a card at random. Come on, it doesn't matter. The secret is it doesn't matter what you select. It certainly doesn't matter this much. Yeah, got boat. Makes sense. That's a good card. Good choice. Kick W. Resolve first. Yeah, and then vice versa. Is Bone Crusher over the trails a better consideration? Put them off to works increase clock. Maybe. That might have been reasonable. This hand's cracked, by the way. Holy shit. What they reveal? Giganta. Is Giganta the most played companion in Pioneer? I think it is by a lot, right? It's probably between that and Yorion. There's been a lot less Yorion decks in Pioneer, though. I know it was like, oh, it played Heroic? Heroic? I actually kind of don't want a Fatal Push on turn 1. So I want to try and save push for the 2-drop. So I think I'm just going to play Goose. Why isn't this a Giganta deck? I copied a list, and it's probably wrong. I mean, the reason we're not playing Giganta is because we have Necromancer in the sideboard, but the concept is Giganta's not really that relevant against the decks where Necromancer's good against anyways, so it's probably fine to just, just basically sideboard out the Gigantas when you bring in the Necromancers. That's probably fine. Homestead Courage. Well, I guess I'm killing that one now. So we go to 16. Kill this plain oven, I guess. Or we'll just draw a claim the firstborn. That'd be hot. I mean, you know, it's kind of the same thing, so it's whatever, but it is 2 food, so I guess we'll take it. Goated with the sauce has been called. I'll take the 2 free food. Game objects. Wizard could play Corbold in Modern, if only Heartless Summoning was a companion. If only Heartless Summoning was a companion has been called. I don't think I've ever heard that before. And it's chemical. Alright, I would assume this game's over. This game's gotta be over, right? Garbage time. Dude, if Heartless Summoning was legal in Pioneer, can you imagine? I'd play some Gitrog monster decks. Heartless, turn 2 Heartless Summoning, turn 3, turn 2 Heartless Summoning, turn 3, what's that, 6-drop, or 5-drop? Elder Gargaroth. Can you imagine? I'm sure you could do some stuff with Gitrog. Gitrog's Pioneer legal. Target your homie. I guess this is worse if they have the removal spell, but I don't really think it matters. Yeah, they're gonna rage. Wait, why would they Spike Field now? I have questions. I have questions. I have questions. I mean, they're dead anyways, right? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. I can even play around the another Spike Field because I have the treasure to kill it in response. When do we get more Dominaria spoilers? I don't know. Isn't Dominaria still like 3 months away or something? Red. Upstairs. I don't know if this is correct. I just want to play Corbold. Because it's cool and fun. Really know is that it's chemical. Doomwake wins. Let's go. August 18th. Wait, it's that close? What am I thinking of? Maybe thinking of Brothers War. Sounds like your streaming career. Rough. Alright, bring in these 3 for sure. I don't actually love Bone Crusher Giant, especially in the draw. I guess the cool thing about Bone Crusher is the damage can't be prevented, which... nah, I guess it's not going to come up that often. I think I'm going to cut like 2 trails and a Corbold and just call it a day. Yeah, that's probably fine. Legal the Day of DreamHack. Oh yeah, Brothers War is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, Brothers War is the one I'm thinking of. Because that's going to be legal. Like, basically the release date is DreamHack, right? Which is kind of wild. Sand's missing green mana, but it's not like Trail's that good anyways, and I do have Push plus Oven, so I'm going to keep this. It's up 406. Stop doing as much because you're doing your job. I mean, yeah, I'm still doing like 4 hours a day, 4 or 5 hours a day. So it's like, even though I'm not streaming as much, I'm still doing like, basically my schedule now is wake up at 7, do 8 to 5. I'm not going to push this main phase. Yeah, basically my schedule is wake up at 7, do 8 to 5, stream 5:30 to 9:30, and then that's like, then go to bed basically. Which is a lot. I definitely don't really have time to do anything during the day, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, the job is like whatever. It's pretty medium if I'm being honest, but it makes money. That's what a job is there to do. And because I don't make enough to realistically support myself, but like basically by myself, just streaming, then it's just supplemental income basically. Like, if I could make enough streaming, I would stream 10 hours a day if I could, but it's, I don't make enough. I mean, no, it's not like that. It's not that bad. I really don't want to kill this. And also, it's, like, pretty low effort. I don't really do that much. To be quite honest with you, the majority of my day is just spent, like, being on Twitter and playing Master Duel, so... I don't really do that much at work. That is the one nice thing about this job is I don't work weekends. It's just Monday. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. The schedule's the same. I work like one Saturday every 2 months just for coverage, but that's it. For Modern, what's my thoughts on the Archon of Cruelty Creativity deck? I think it's decent. I don't hate that deck. Alright, take 3, go to 11. They have 5 cards. Maybe I just go push. Surely I can't take another turn off of killing creatures, right? What if I just go push this pass? Push this thing main phase, and then pass with Dispute up. I actually think I like that more. Because I really don't want to push this. I want to push a heroic creature. Tuesday to Saturday schedule and means I can't play challenges. Yeah, that's rough. Use a wild food service hours and days. Dude, when I was working in restaurants, because I worked in restaurants, I cooked for like the first, basically when I was 16 up until for about 10 years, right? And the last restaurant job I had, my hours were like, I think I got there at like 2 in the afternoon and stayed until 11. It's like, it's just the worst schedule ever. It's so bad. Because, like, with that schedule, I think I'm going to take 4 here. Yeah, that's fine. With that schedule, you, like, don't have time to do anything during the day. Because, like, you get home at 11, so you want to wake up at, like, 9 or 10 or whatever. And then you don't have any time to do anything, and it's just, it's rough. That shit sucks. I know I can't pay for the trail, but that's fine. It's not really what I was looking for. Now we can go Seer Step plus Fable, hold up push. Hold up double push, actually, so I don't feel too bad about this game when my opponent's missing land drops. Went in 2 or 3 and stayed till kitchen closing. Yeah, that's horrible. What's up, Speedy? I'm doing good. Stream's doing good. We were almost at the 400 sub mark, but then we hit a gifted sub patch, as it were. We fell all the way back down to 344. We'll get back up to 450 though. We'll get there. 10th District Legionnaire. Push. Yeah. That's the worst part, and that's like something that would always haunt me when I streamed before. So there was like last year, for example, and like I almost had like a panic attack when this happened, because this was still when I was streaming full time. What ended up happening was, I don't know how to cast this push now. Where it was like September, and September was basically the biggest month I've ever had, right? But the thing about September is, like, because subs were half off for people. W France, thank you for the Twitch Prime. So after September, I was at, like, I think we got up to like 850. And then, like, a month later, I saw like this. I saw the exact moment where it went from like 850 to 400, and I just like, I just stopped streaming. I like that day. I just ended the stream. I couldn't even. I literally was in a panic attack. It was bad. Because that's, like, always the scariest part about streaming, It's like that where you get, like, a shit ton of gifted, and then you can watch it, It's really scary. I think I'll just take this. Yeah, it's fine. Boss, thank you for the 6 months. I agree. Just get it all out of here, Just get it all out of here. Thank you for the 6 months, though. Really appreciate that, buddy. I think I'm going to keep everything but this Stomping Ground. Well, I should have discarded the second Corebolt, huh? You have a 2/3 creature, huh? How greedy is it to play Corebolt here? It's not that greedy, right? Because they also might be incentivized to just Reckless Rage this with the trigger on the stack, and then I just push this and blow them out. In MH2 Mythics. Something like that. They let it go. But I have to imagine if they have Rage, they're going to cast it now, right? Maybe they don't. No, they're going to cast it. Okay. So that's fine. I will respond. Oh, this is just an absolute blowout, because then I don't even lose the Corebolt. Oh my god. Yeah, this was just on board, right? Yeah. They said GG's. Yeah, this was just face up, right? That's rough. Alright, Corebolt takes 4. I accept. I would like to sacrifice a swamp. Draw a card. They're at 11. Let's go attack for 4, make 2 treasures, post combat, play familiar. Probably gonna Batsi's them too, to be honest with you. That's the blue white matchup with the stack. I don't know. I feel like so. I think the blue white matchup with Rakdosak is like not the best, but I think it might be a little bit better with this version because Corvold and Trail is just like such a good plan against even Rest in Peace. You know, like Corvold plus Trail, that shit against Rest in Peace. You don't even give a shit. You don't even care about Rest in Peace. So like here's the thing about this version compared to Rakdos Sacrifice. If you are given the time to establish Corvold and Trail, this version is a lot better, right? The power ceiling on this version compared to just Rakdos Sacrifice is through the roof. Like Corvold and Trail in games that go past turn 4, 5, 6 are just absurd magic cards. The problem I have with this version is it doesn't clock as quickly. It's a little bit slower. So I didn't know that. I thought they only had the foil ones, the promo ones or whatever. All right, play first. A little sketchy. God, if this hand draws a land, chat. Ooh, boy, if this hand draws a land. I'm just saying. This is what we like to call a content keep. This is what we like to call a YouTube keep. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to yell at me in the comment section below. Can we make Chilane playable too? What the fuck is a Chilane? That sounds like a country. Chilane these nuts. It's going down. Chad, do you believe? Do you believe in drawing a land? Do you believe? Oh my god, we're gonna get pushed too. One time? Just Thoughtseize me. I don't give a shit if you Thoughtseize me. Thoughtseize me and I'll draw a land. How did I get conned into keeping this hand? I blame Snuggles. This is all Snuggles' fault. If Field that it gets unbanned, it's another land with a different name. That's never gonna happen. Field getting unbanned? No. It's just that's stop. Stop. Just no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. That might be the card on the ban list that I would consider to be the card that's least likely to ever get unbanned. It's maybe not the actual one, but up there for sure. Like top 10. They really were, right? Alright, we can give him a free game. This matchup is kind of a buy, so we'll give him a free game. It's fine. I just feel bad for him, you know? Like, they're playing the Rakdos deck. I feel bad for him, so I gotta give him a free game. It's going down. Alright. Snuggles convinced me to keep a bad hand. It's all Snuggles' fault. As we talked about before, I don't really think I want to sideboard anything other than this push. Swap a claim. Not much going on. Is Oko least likely? Yes. Oko is probably the least likely one. Oko has to be the most broken card on the ban list, right? Yeah, Pioneer ban list. I mean, you could probably extend that into the Modern ban list, right? See, I don't count the fetch lands, Kaya, because, like, they were banned before the format even started, so I don't count the fetch lands. No, I think Oko might just be the most broken card on both ban lists, to be honest with you. I guess, yeah, there's Hogak. True. Hogak is probably more broken than Oko. I guess I'll buy that. Yeah, you're right. No, Hogak is definitely the most broken on the Modern ban list. It's kind of funny, the most broken deck doesn't even have a card on the ban list. The most broken deck in Modern history, they had to change the fucking rules of the game. They couldn't even do... like... It's like, oh, well, what if you just ban a card that made Cascade good? Well, you can't, because they changed the rules of the game. God, I miss those days. Yeah, Valky. People were cascading into Valky God of Lies, and the way that the rules worked previously is when you cascaded into Valky God of Lies, you could play Tybalt Cosmic Imposter for free. So everybody was playing 4 Simian Spirit Guide, 4 Gemstone Caverns, and were just trying to Valky people on turn 1. And it was the most degenerate I've ever seen Modern in my entire life. It was ridiculous. They banned the monkey? Yeah, sure, I guess, but... even if you unbanned the monkey, you still couldn't play the deck because they just changed the rules of the game. Imagine fucking rhinos in Living End with Simian Spirit Guide. Holy shit. I guess I'm glad they banned monkey, huh? Because that would have not been fun. Can you possibly imagine the Cascade decks with Spirit Guide? Oh my god. We went 4-1 with the Absent Grease Fang, so we're pretty good. Why do people bring in discard spells against this deck? I guess it makes more sense here because of like Trail and Fable, but like every time my Rakdos midrange opponent brings in like keeps in Thoughtseize or brings in Duress against me, I'm just like, sure, I don't even care. But this it makes more sense here because there's like specifically Fable and Trail that they can't really interact with. But the trickery thing was hilarious because people were like going like apeshit about trickery, and then basically like trickery was good for like 2 days, and then as soon as people figured out the Valky deck, trickery was just unplayable, and it was just Valky, Valky, Valky everywhere. Played Judd Love again for years. I miss my monkey. Opponent's in the tank. Remember when Live Again used to main deck Fulminator Mage? Those were times. They have elected to take Fable of the Mirror Breaker. It's a wise choice. Probably the only reasonable choice. I don't know why that took so long. It was just like the most obvious Fable, too. Like, I don't really understand what we're doing here. Alright, sure. Ah. Alright, Devil Goo. Two, like, kind of non-games. I mean, obviously, I kept the bad hand game one, and then this hand, I think my keep was fine, but I really want to play Trail, but I think I have to kill their token. Surely they don't have a third discard spell. Turn 2 Spirit Guide, Fulminator, turn 3 Violent Outburst. Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. Could have done both. Oh, right. Yeah, that was dumb. I could have just sacked. Yep. You're right. I'm done. I never realized that. Whoa! What the hell? I guess the curve wasn't bad enough, so we just decided to add 5-drops to our deck. We gotta get that curve up there. W. Come on, man. Why? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? The curve wasn't high enough, so gotta get the curve up there. No. Attack. Why did we do both? Because I just did both this turn. It's fine. We'll be okay. Should have paid to spike a land drop. I know, right? You got it. You have a Trespasser? Perhaps a Dreadbore? Glurbringer is such a hard temptation. I mean, it makes more sense in your deck that has Fable, right? You can go Fable on 3, Glurbringer on 4. That's kind of a cool curve, but like your Fable token's never living. And almost every deck can kill a Fable token. So I don't love the fact that this deck is already has a horrible curve and they just add 5-drops. Like, I'm not looking to add 5-drops. I'm looking to play less of that shit, you know what I mean? You have 2 cards. I think I just played Devil. Let's play Devil Pass. I really don't want to trade, because I think my Devil is more valuable than their Trespasser. Especially if I draw Cat. Someone plays first the Dark Goal is less than the Showcase Challenge. I saw that. I really don't like that. Like, maybe as a sideboard card, Dark Dwellers is fine, but like, I'm not trying to add 5-drops to my main deck. Like, the thing you have to realize, the Rakdos deck already has a bad enough curve. You can't add 5-drops to your deck. There's just so many matchups where that stuff is just not even close to fast enough. Glurbringer post-combat? Yeah, I know, it is post-combat, but it still ramps you, you know. We probably should be a Giganta deck. I copied a list from the top end of the showcase that didn't have Giganta, and I don't really understand why it didn't. But yeah, you should probably play Giganta in this deck. Okay, that's fine. I accept. I have no blocks. I declare 0 blocks. What I cut for Giganta? Probably the 3rd Go Blank. I don't even like Go Blank that much to begin with. But yeah, definitely the 3rd Go Blank. I think you may just want to up the Necromancer count too. 14. Go Land Oven, Sack Devil, Ping, Sack Food, Ping, Or no, I can't. I can't sack the devil and sack the food and ping with both, because the devil's going to be gone. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. Alright, fine. Two bad hands. I mean, I should have get the first hand. That game, I just got cheesed by double discard spell, which they probably shouldn't have in their deck to begin with, but them's the breaks. Alright, let's open up our chesty. Chesty. Dude, I watched Spike open like a Cavern of Souls and a Ren and 6, and I'm over here opening Time Sieve and Death Baron. Like, come on, dog. Throw me a bone. Run it back. No, I got one more deck for tonight. This deck is a little bit long, so I wanna play a different deck. I don't hate this deck, but I don't know. It just feels like it's a little bit more clunky than Rakdos. The land count's a little high, and we're playing Gilded Goose, so you have a lot more mana sources. You do have some flood insurance, like you have Fable, Trails kind of flood insurance, you have Corvold, but I think the way the format is right now, I would probably still prefer to play Rakdos Sacrifice, but I think there are certain metagames where you would maybe consider playing this deck. But yeah, I think for now I'd rather just play Rakdos.